All right, good morning, YouTube. So let's start. This will be the first of like 5 videos I'm gonna do on this fight. Okay, this is gonna be just an introduction of this fight. This is like the biggest fight in boxing, at least in America. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like how I did with the Floyd Manny Pacquiao fight. I did a lot of video. I did like 6 or 7 videos leading up to that fight, on a number of topics. All right, so since this is a big fight, I'm gonna do like 4 or 5 videos, because it'll be too much. It's too much content to have in one video. Okay, so this is gonna be like the introduction of this fight. Okay, where I'm gonna just give you my general thoughts on it, and how I felt about the first fight. And in other videos, there's gonna be videos where I'm gonna be discussing what the fighters should do after this fight, win or lose. Okay, there's gonna be a video where I speak on the judges. Okay, there's gonna be a video where I speak on their past opponents and who were the most difficult. I said I was gonna do a video on that, and you guys were saying in the comments that you wanted me to do a video discussing who I thought was the most difficult opponent for each of these fighters. Okay, so there's gonna be other videos I'm gonna do. I wrote them down, but I'm just gonna start off with doing this video today. Okay. Now I just finished watching the fight again. All right. I've seen this fight like 7 times. Every time I see the fight, I get the same reaction from it. I thought it was 7-5 for Triple G. Okay, I scored it 7 rounds to 5 for Triple G. I thought it was a close fight. Okay. I know when I watched it live, before it went to the judges, I said it was going to be a draw. Okay, I thought it was too close. Even though I thought Triple G won the fight, I thought Canelo did extremely well. And I also knew that the judges were going to have a little bit of influence, at least one judge, because the past and Canelo fights. But I'll speak on that stuff in a separate video, okay? But with all that being said, I did think it was a close fight. I was not upset with the draw, even though I thought Triple G won. I thought it was still very close, and I knew it was going to come down to it being Triple G's aggression against Canelo's counterpunching and boxing ability. I knew it was going to come down to that, and it really depends on what you like, what you prefer. I remember when the fight was over and I did some post-fight reviews on it, there were a lot of people in the comments that thought Canelo won, and they were making good points on why they thought Canelo had won. Okay, then there were people that thought, the majority, I felt like the majority still, at least based on the reviews that I've got and from what I've seen from other people, other channels, other comments, and people that I personally know, I felt that the majority of people said Triple G won. There was a lot of people that said Triple G, that thought that Triple G got robbed. Okay, there were a lot of people that thought Canelo won the fight, but I never not once hear that Canelo got robbed. I heard Triple G got robbed a lot, but I never heard someone say, well, I thought Canelo won, but I thought Canelo got robbed. I never heard that before. So I think the majority believes that Triple G didn't win that fight, whether they thought it was close or not. All right. Now, going into the second fight, okay, I think in order for both fighters to win in this rematch, I think both of them have to go to the body. I think that we all agree that that's what each fighter needs to do. Okay, they're both good body punchers. All right, they're both very good at that. All right, Triple have knocked people out going to the body. We didn't see enough of that. And there were opportunities for him to do it in this fight. We just didn't see enough. Okay. Triple G had Canelo to the ropes as early as the 4th round. And there's points where Canelo put himself there. Canelo fights well on the ropes. Okay. Canelo, we've seen him do this before. He's one of those guys. He's a well-rounded fighter. He's a good counterpuncher. He's a good combination puncher. All right. And he's a heavy hitter, and he puts himself there. He gives himself a break. We know Canelo likes to fight in spurts, and there's moments where he put himself there. But there was moments where Triple G forced him to the ropes. Canelo was doing his best work, in my opinion, when he was standing in the middle of the ring. I think when he was in the middle of the ring with Triple G, I thought it was clear that Canelo was the better boxer, and Canelo was winning when they both were in the center of the ring. Okay, but when Canelo was there was times where Triple G was doing a good job with his jab throughout the whole fight. You know, I think even the people that think Canelo won, I think we all can agree that Triple G was very consistent with his jab throughout the fight, which he has always been in this fight. Okay, the problem is when he had Canelo to the ropes, he very rarely went to the body, and the opportunities were there. You know, Canelo's guard was pretty high. You know, it was low at times because, you know, he was probably tired, and he has the reflexes, you know, to slip a lot of Triple G's punches. You know, he has good upper body movement. He knows how to get low. You know, he's just good. He has good head movement. You know, he see the punches coming. He has good foot. He got good feet. You know, the way he was pivoting to his left and getting out of the way from them big right hands. He was doing a good job with that, you know. So I just watched the fight again, and these are the things that I'm take note of. You know, Triple G had the opportunities to go to the body, but he kept head hunting. You know, he would go at times, but not nearly enough. You know, Canelo definitely went more to the body. I was a lot more, especially early in the fight. The first 4 rounds or so, Canelo was doing excellent job going to the body, you know. But Triple G just didn't do enough, you know. And I think even though Canelo slowed down, Canelo has always had stamina issues. And I think because he was fighting I think people got to look at things like this. Canelo does have stamina issues, okay? He's not like Triple G, who's going to just keep coming, throwing punches throughout the whole fight. All right, he's not one of those guys, but he's also improved on his stamina. Okay, as he's going up, as he's fought better fighters, he's improved on it. There were times where Canelo was just completely gassed, and he fought a slow fight for a whole half of a fight, like he did against Austin Trout. Whereas in this fight, he still, even though he has stamina issues, he knows how to fight well in spurts. Okay, he knows how to pick and choose when he wants to put it on and when to fall back. And when he's falling back, he knows how to still doing enough to a point where, you know, he's still doing well, where he's still getting points. He's still getting points in a round. He still can win the rounds even though he's taking a break. You know, we seen that in Gulo fight. Oh, you know, back when he was fighting at 154 or 155 Canelo weight. He was doing well. You know, I think he's still improving. For him to fight a guy like Triple G, a guy that is very aggressive, a guy that's always throwing and keeps coming, I think he did pretty well with his stamina, even though he still has issues. Okay? But Triple G needs to go to the body. I mean, it was just too much head hunting. You know, he has to commit to it. He can't overly commit, you know, but he needs to work better on his punch selection in this fight. Go to the body some to open up top. So Canelo is not going to be able to move and get himself out of the way of those shots. If you go to the body and then go right back up, you know, you could hurt Canelo to the body. You could slow him down even more quickly, okay? Where the rounds where he can take the breaks and not go back to the center of the ring. Because there was rounds where Canelo will go to the ropes and he'll be there most of the round. He's not throwing too much. But then there's rounds where he can come back. All right, you know what? Let's get back in the middle of the ring. This is where he was taking over. He couldn't do it for a full 3 minutes of the round, but he was doing it enough where, you know what? I'm going to fight in the center of the ring for this first minute. Okay, I'm going to counter him. I'm going to outbox him. I'm going to outjab him. I'm going to go to the body. But I'm going to fall back at some point, you know, and make, you know, Triple G miss, you know. Defense is an important factor when it comes to scoring. You know, we can't just forget that. Even though Triple G was being aggressive, he was missing a lot of the shots. Outside of his jab, he was missing a lot of most of his power shots. That is true, and this is why it was such a close fight. You know, and this is why I've heard people say Canelo won this fight. All right. So that's what Triple G needs to do. Go to his body. And let's get more jabs to the body. You know, let's get more jabs. He's a great jabber. Let's get more of those to the body, though. You know, let's get more power shots to the body, too. But let's get more jabs. You know, you're going to throw the jab out there. You might as well go to the body, send some to the body. You want to slow Canelo down as much as possible. Because at this point, it's clear that Triple G is not going to be able to outbox this guy on the outside in the center of the ring. It's not going to happen. You know, Canelo is too fast. He's too good of a counter puncher. He mixes his punches up better. You know, his punch selection is better. It's just, he's not going to be able to do it, especially because Triple G is like 35 years old now. Canelo's probably in his prime right now. I mean, he's at his prime right now. He's at 160. He's at the weight that he belongs at. So Triple G has to be smarter, and he needs to go to the body early. Slow this guy down as early as possible. Okay, that's what I think Triple G needs to do, because the earlier you slow him down, the better chances you have at possibly dominating or stopping him late in the fight. Okay, that's what Triple G needs to do this time around. Canelo's the same thing, but it's a little different. Canelo was doing very well going to the body early. Okay, the first round was, you know, Canelo landed couple more power shots in the first round. Triple G was more consistent with the jab. He landed a lot more jabs in the first round, I believe, okay? But Canelo was landing the harder shots, okay? But that was a round where it was like, you know, first round, you know how first rounds are. Those rounds can go either way. They're usually just, you know, warming up, filling each other out. But in the second round, we saw a huge difference in Canelo, the second and third rounds, okay? Canelo was attacking the body. And Triple G, you know, Triple G, when he's getting hit like that, I noticed that, like, even a little bit in the Kell Brook fight, a little bit in the Jacobs fight, his nerves start messing with him a little bit, you know. You saw his legs. Watch his legs in the second round and the third round. Triple G's getting hit to the body. He's getting hit up top. He's getting hit all over. All right? And you see his legs. He doesn't look confident when he's throwing punches. He's throwing jabs out there, but he's throwing it in a way where he's afraid to get hit. You know, he's not really confident when he's throwing the punches. All right? And Canelo was doing his thing. You know, second, third round, he was doing his thing, especially in the second round. That second round was like a blowout. You know, Triple G was looking shaky, looking a little nervous. You know, and you know, you gotta be. You know, Triple G has fought a lot of people, and he's never fought someone on this stage before. You know, Daniel Jacobs was a tough fight. You know, Kell Brook was able to expose some weaknesses there, even though I think people overrate Kell Brook's performance in that fight. I think Kell Brook did open up Triple G a little bit, did show some, you know, some weaknesses there. But in this fight, this is the first time Triple G is fighting on this stage. Canelo has done this a few times. Canelo has fought people that a lot of people thought he would lose to. Okay, he's fought Floyd Mayweather before. You know, he's fought Lara, a guy that a lot of us thought he, would beat Canelo. You know, he's fought guys on the stage before. So fighting Triple G, even though Triple G is at 160 and everything, he's been on the stage before. So Canelo looked very, very comfortable. Whereas Triple G, it took a few rounds for him to get warmed up. I want to say the fourth round. The fourth round was still close, but Triple G, that was the first round where I was like, okay, Triple G is starting to look comfortable. Okay. But Canelo needs to go to the body as well, you know, and he needs to stay going to the body. You know, like I said, the same thing with Triple G. Don't overcommit to the body. You know, you want to go to Triple G's body so you can slow him down. I think the shots were hurting Triple G. Go to the body, but go back up top. Okay, don't just headhunt. Both of these guys clearly could take the shots. Both of these guys have chin. Both of them. You know, there wasn't a moment where Canelo looked hurt. There wasn't a moment where Triple G looked hurt. Okay, I think Triple G seemed to be unbothered. Seemed to be bothered by the power shots. Okay, it did seem to slow him down some, but it wasn't to a point where Triple G seemed really hurt. You know, there was no grimace in his face or anything. He still kept coming forward. In the beginning, in the early rounds, Triple G was backing up a little bit. He was, all right. He was, but I think that was more of a psychological thing, you know, more than anything, because he was finally fighting someone that was giving him the business and coming at him looking fearless. You know, Canelo was fearless in that fight. Triple G's usually so dominant coming forward, even if he's losing. You know, I know he was losing some rounds against Jacobs. He was still coming forward. He still looked pretty confident in that fight. Where in this fight, there was moments, especially early, where he wasn't looking so hot, you know. But Canelo needs to do the same, you know, commit to the body, keep going to the body, just to open up Triple G up top, because he's going to drop his guard. He's going to back up some, and that would give Canelo more time to, you know, not burn up as much energy, you know. So Canelo he has to commit to the body. He has to, okay. I don't really know. It's still a hard fight to call, you know. I think I picked Triple G to win the first time. I still think Triple G is going to win. You know, I still think. I know a lot of people are switching and jumping ship, and they think that Canelo's going to win this time. You know, because Canelo did look impressive in the fight. I think Canelo exceeded a lot of people's expectations. You know, a lot of people wanted this fight for a long time, and because Canelo did look impressive, a lot of people were like, I think Canelo's going to win this time because he's felt Triple G's power. He was outclassing him in certain rounds, and they feel that, you know, Canelo's going to do even better this time around. But you can't really base it on that. You know, like I said, Triple G can look at this fight too and say, all right, these are the things I need to work on, like going to the body. There were opportunities where I went to the body and I didn't go to the body. Okay, so there are things that Triple G can do and work on in this fight. It really depends on what these fighters are going to do this time. What are they going to do different this time around? Okay, if either one of them come in with the same exact game plan in this fight, that fighter is going to lose, because both fighters can make a few tweaks in this fight in order to give themselves the advantage, all right? But I'm still leaning a little, and this is a 50-50 fight. This is a legit 50-50 fight. I'm still leaning a little towards Triple G. I'm banking more on him going to the body more. I know Canelo is going to slow down. That's a fact. He always does. You know, his stamina is better. I thought Canelo won the 12th round. I was just watching it. I think Canelo won the 12th round. And that's impressive, you know, because there are rounds where he completely took off. And I think those are the rounds that Triple G won. Okay, I thought those rounds, I think the majority of the rounds where Canelo was putting work in, throughout at least most of the rounds, he was winning. Okay, the rounds where he fought the majority in the center of the ring, he was winning, in my opinion. But the problem is Canelo is not that many rounds where he was doing that, you know, because he has stamina issues. He wants to take a break. Triple G, I am more banking on Triple G taking advantage, looking at the tape, you know, watching the fight again, and saying, all right, damn, this is a moment where I could have got Canelo. Canelo wasn't doing anything. Canelo was tired. He was gassed. He was breathing out of his mouth. This is a moment when I could have taken advantage of a slower Canelo. Okay, and I'm banking more on Triple G doing that. You know, I can't trust Canelo when it comes to his stamina. You know, because even against the lower level opponents like an Angulo, he still slowed down, you know, or Centrales. He still slowed down. And even in the fight with Triple, he still slowed down, you know. And this is why I'm still leaning a little bit more towards Triple G. A lot of things people say out there, Triple G is getting older. All right, maybe he's a little bit past his prime. Not enough for me to just say Triple G don't got it no more. You know, people are saying that already. Well, you have to factor in that Triple G has fought the best 3 fighters he's fought in his career was his last 3 fights. You know, these are guys that he always wanted to fight. He wanted to step up. He wanted to fight the names. He wanted to fight the bigger opponents. You know, he wanted to fight the top guys at 160. He wanted to fight Cotto when he was temporarily there. He wanted to fight Peter Quillen when Peter Quillin was one of the top fighters or the other top fighters at 160. You know, he wanted to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He wanted to fight all of those guys back then, but he couldn't fight. He was feared at that time. Now people are coming at his head. You know, he fought Lemieux, and at that time Lemieux was one of the top dogs at 160. He was, you know, but he had to settle for the Lemieux, the Curtis Stevens, you know, all those guys. You have to factor in that Canelo is stepping up. Is he slowing down? Sure, he's slowing down a little bit. With age, you're going to slow down. But he's stepping up dramatically. And he's fighting guys that can take the hits. I know he hurt Jacobs, you know, a couple times. I even think he hurt Jacobs. When he hurt Jacobs, I think he hurt Jacobs more on a shot where Jacobs was still standing. I think the shot that Jacobs fell down on, I don't think Jacobs was really that hurt in that shot, okay? But he's fighting guys now that are taking hits. Jacobs took the hits for the rest of the fight. And Jacobs have been knocked out before, all right? Jacobs took his shots. Canelo took his shots. It's time to go to the body, you know, for both. You know, and same thing with Canelo. Canelo's landed some huge shots against Triple G. And it didn't faze him at all. So what we got to do, we got to go to the body. Both of these fighters need to go to the body. And whoever commits more to the body, okay, more, I think, will win this fight. Okay, Canelo goes to the body, earns some more respect from Triple G. Triple G throws less punches. Triple G throw less confident punches. This is where Canelo wants to go with. As far as knockouts, I know these guys are like, I'm talking about, I'm going to knock him out. You're not knocking him out. I don't think neither one of these fighters are knocking anyone out. I think Triple G has a better chance of stopping Canelo if he is to go to his body more. And later in the fight, when Canelo's extremely gassed, he doesn't have any more, he can possibly stop him. But I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see it, you know. When Canelo, like a guy that I think won the last round, when you win the 12th round like that, you know, in my eyes, I just don't see him getting stopped. You know, I just don't see. I think Canelo's going to do enough to keep himself in there. Is he going to do enough to win the fight? I don't know. You know, the fight was too close. It was too close to really, it's so hard to predict. But I'm listening to what people are saying out there. You know, they think Triple G don't got it no more. I'm like, listen, Triple G is fighting better fighters now. Okay, so we're going to see some weaknesses in there. You know, he is getting older, but he's fighting better fighters. All right. But Canelo did a good job. He did a great job. I just don't think, I think his stamina is going to be his biggest issue. And at the end of the day, Triple G will have the jab. The jab is always going to be out there. The jab is always going to land. The power shots, Canelo's going to do some good work on making Triple G miss and slipping the shots and everything. But outside of that, you know, he's still going to get tired at some point. And if Triple G goes to the body a lot more in this fight, Canelo's going to have a tougher time this time. Same thing, vice versa. I think we're going to see the fight. It's going to start out. Canelo's going to be a little bit more dominant in the earlier rounds. He's going to be in the center of the ring. I think Canelo's going to try to stay in the center of the ring. But listen, if you're not throwing any shots, all right, and the guy's coming at you, you're not going to have any choice but to back up. You know, you're not going to have any choice. All right, but I think they both need to commit to the body. I think that is what is going to be the final deciding factor in this fight. Who goes to the body more? And you know, I think that means everything. You know, just who's going to do it? You know, and who's going to be consistent with it, not just early like Canelo. First 4 rounds, he was doing it. He was doing it a lot. Then he started slowing down when it comes to the body. You know, he's getting pressured. And he was just throwing jabs out there. He wasn't that strong. I think in the 6th round, he tried to come back a little bit. But after the 6 rounds, there was a lot of rounds in there where we wasn't getting much body work from Canelo. You know, we get around here and there. I think it was the 9th round. We started seeing some more. I liked the way that he was doing in the 12th round. And, you know, while he was doing combinations. But Canelo has to do a better job going to his body. He needs to bring it to like the way he was doing against Lara. You know, that's because he couldn't land up top against Lara. He was having trouble because Lara's movement. But he was doing a great job landing body shots, okay? He needs to go back to doing that in this fight because he can land up top against Triple G. He's going to get the points, okay? But what we want to do, what Canelo and his team want to do, is try to hurt Canelo, hurt Triple G, all right? Slow him down. So when Canelo is going to slow down, the pressure won't be as hard. It won't be as much. You know, we won't get as much pressure from Triple G because he doesn't want to get hit to the body. He doesn't like it. You know, it might have not stopped him, might not have dropped him, but he doesn't like it. You know, he's going to back up a little bit. So that's my general thoughts on this fight. Like I said, I'm going to have more videos because there's so much to talk about. I don't want to make the videos too long, all right? I could do an hour talking about this fight, but I'm not going to do that, all right? Look out for more videos. You know, maybe I'll try to do one more today before I get out of here. But I think that is the most key thing, the key factor in this fight is body work, all right? You know, Canelo's stamina against Triple G, not willing to commit to being aggressive, you know. I think those are the two weaknesses between the two, you know. Triple G could be slowed down, all right. He's a tank, but he will respect you if you earn it, you know, and that's what Canelo needs to do. On the other hand, Triple G needs to go to that body, slow this guy down because he will slow down. This is your weight division. You've been fighting here your whole career. All right, you need to earn that respect and make Canelo slow down yourself, all right? So that's it. I'm going to end it there. Make sure you guys subscribe and look out for more videos in the future, all right? Peace.